Hey, welcome to I AM Refocused Radio. Once again, we are here today, and just like any other time, we have another amazing show for y'all today. Today, we have a special guest. Her name is Shruti Sethi, and she's going to share with us all about Awaana Health. She has a website. You can go to awaanahealth.com. That's AW2ASNA health.com. We're going to share some insights on her health journey. She is going to share with us about her cancer diagnosis that turned into a mission to promote holistic wellness. And I just want to first say thank you for taking time talking to us today, and hope you're well. I know we just got through celebrating Christmas and the holidays, but thank you for being here today.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me here. And wish you a Merry Christmas and all the listeners and viewers. Happy holidays to you as well.
Well, I appreciate you being here today. So for our audience, before we start talking, because I know you have a book that we'll discuss a little bit later, but give us a little bit more of your personal story, especially when it comes to your health story.
Yeah. The reason why I'm here is actually because of the journey I've been through. Cancer. I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma. It's a form of WBC, white blood cell cancer, lymphatic majorly, and it was, I was 34 years old. It was unbelievable, and it was absolutely not acceptable to me that I can get cancer at such a young age. Upon findings and upon researching it, it was clearly stated that it was more towards lifestyle because I didn't have any history of cancer running in my family. So, what was I doing wrong? Because I thought I am coming from a vegetarian family. I used to work out, exercise, and used to do all things like I was never smoking or drinking so much. So why did this happen, and what was the reason? It was very shocking to me. The doctors were not giving the entire picture. They were giving very vague answer. It can happen to anyone, etc. But it was just not acceptable. So for me, it was like, okay, now since I've got cancer, I have to know the root cause, because generally cancer just doesn't happen all of a sudden. It takes years to develop. So what was my body doing for this 10, 12 years? We have cancer cells every day. We produce cancers every day. We fight cancers every day. And it's the responsibility of our immune system to kill it out and get it out from our body. Slowly, when our immune system is not capable enough, the cancer cell starts to accumulate, and hence the tumor starts to formulate. So this period of say 5, 10 years, that's the environment in the body causes that tumor to get formed. Basically, it is the inflammation, it is the acidic environment in the body, it can be low oxygen, there are hundreds of other factors. So, for me, I wanted to understand what is my root cause and what can I do, because since now I have cancer, it is also one who has got detected cancer has always the fear at back of his mind. What if it comes again and again? Because when you go to the hospitals, and I saw a lot of people coming with a relapse and having secondary form of cancers, having secondary form of diseases. And I said, I don't want to go that path. So I'll do everything in my capacity and capability so that I remain cancer free for the next years, and I don't want to die like this. So I actually took the responsibility of my own health, and that started with me getting out and understanding holistic health and what can I do with regards to my diet and nutrition, because doctors do not believe in it, but it is most crucial to not only to prevent cancer but also remaining cancer free. The second was all the other parts of my emotional healing aspect, because I didn't know that stress can cause a lot of diseases. For me, it was compartmentalized stress. Your mind and body is separate. But actually, everything is connected from a holistic point of view. So that also was a big revelation, that how stress can cause the inflammation, how stress can trigger cancer cells. So I had to like really look into it and heal my emotional body as well. And the other parts where you could do sort of like strategies, get into the integrative protocols like acupressure, acupuncture, and release a lot of stress from your body and inflammation with ozone and vitamin C, building up the immune system, detoxification, etc. So when I started doing all this, when I was taking treatment, the cancer was subsiding, and within 4 chemos, the cancer was gone. And I was like, "Oh my God, this is a miracle!" And I refused radiation. I completely refused radiation because I wanted to make this connection with my body, and I knew that I am healed somehow, somewhere, because I started meditating. I started working with my intuition a lot, and when you really work with with your inner self, you heal inner self, you will always get answers. So it's like, okay, let me just give my body some rest. And that's how I took a year off, whatever. I was a fashion designer before that, and I completely took a break and understanding what I wanted to do. Like, I wanted to heal myself and also help others, because I made this promise to myself that if I will heal, I am going to do something about it, because I've got so much knowledge. This has to go out. Anybody who is going through this journey shouldn't have so much confusions and shouldn't go through so much of stress which I had gone through. So that was the thought behind starting what I did. And slowly and gradually, people started, coming to me for advices. And I was like, oh my God, like, I have to do something about this. And I got myself educated in nutrition and holistic health and yoga and Ayurveda and energy and everything. And during COVID, I started Awaana Health, where we officially have doctors, we have healers, we have naturopaths, everybody under one roof, to give anybody who's gotten a diagnosis, to give a sure shot, a sort of a guideline, what to do with the side effects of chemotherapy or radiation, what to do after this, how to remain in this cancer-free zone. So that's a nutshell about how and where I started Awaana Health.
And once again, people go to your website, awaanahealth.com. That's AW2ASNA health.com. When you decided that you wanted to start this website and a platform for the community that you were building, when you look at the impact it's already had with you offering personalized holistic care for those who are searching for just more resources, more education, what are some of the things that kind of helped you build the not just the site and the opportunity, but just having people be aware of what their options are? Because holistic health is a hot topic, and
Yeah.
cancer and illnesses, those are some very serious things. So what are some of the things that you were able to do to help people learn more about the resources available?
Sure. So, one first of all, when with my own journey, when I started talking, I did a lot of speaking events, and I used to take a lot of workshops. I was also working under a few doctors and nutritionists. And when you have a personal story and when you have gone through this pain yourself, people can correlate with you and people can understand, especially people who have gone through cancer. So I started building this because of my own pain. Like, I wish, this thought was there inside me. Oh, I wish I knew this before. I wish somebody, I had gone through a podcast where people talked about cancer prevention, people talked about different strategies, people talked about blood tests, people talked about how to understand what to do after 30s or 40s, because now uh, 30s and people are getting diagnosed in their 30s and 20s. And I wish people, I knew about my own root causes. So before cancer, I was suffering with a lot of other diseases, where I used to go to the doctor and they used to only give me a pill and send me away. I had severe asthma, I had inflammation, I had acne, I had hormonal issues, and I was not doing anything about it besides taking a pill. So for me, it was like, oh my God, that was such, I wish I knew these things, somebody told me about it. So when somebody gets the diagnosis, I always understand the root cause. It could be a metabolic syndrome. It could be you are having multiple issues. You don't know about it because it is always the trigger. Cancer just is not like a genetic disease. It's only 7 to 8% cancers caused by genes. Rest is all your lifestyle. Rest is all your approach to life. It could be just because you are spiritually and emotionally very weak as a person, and you are seeking a lot of validation. You are not a strong person. It could be just that you have diabetes or thyroid or other metabolic issues which compile together. And so for me, building this resources, telling people that listen, this cancer is just a byproduct of whatever you were doing the last 10 years or last 3 years. Now let's go backtrace your steps and let's understand that we could change these things. Because when the body is susceptible to making tumor or cancer cells, it's also causing inflammation. So to eradicate that, we have to do a couple of things. So I am now cancer free since 7 years, 7 8 years it's been. And for me to, and I don't take I have not taken one single medication after cancer. Why am I able to do this? Because of a strict and disciplined lifestyle. It starts with discipline, it starts with me doing things. So collecting resources from doctors and from healers and naturopaths, having a lot of interviews, having making different protocols, what works, what not, my case summaries, to my consultations with my clients. We build everything in the last couple of years, and it's we still learning a lot. So I feel that it has to be whenever cancer anybody gets the cancer, it has to one has to approach an integrated path. If you And it will only work if you believe in it and have you have faith in it, because ultimately it's your body, it's your mind, and you are the one who has to take the responsibility. So we have to understand in that case that listen, if you are 100% a believer of holistic health, you are 100% believer of that these things will help you, and you want to really you want to target the root cause, and then we can help you. Otherwise, I do not like to just push people. Like some people, like for their family members and all, are pro holistic health, and some people are not, but they're not ready for it, so it doesn't work. So it is an integration of our mind and body. Holistic health is definitely an integration of your mind and body, and one has to be was surrendering to it.
Once again, listen on Refocused Radio, talking to our guest today, Shruti Sethi. Go to her website, Awaana Health. It's awaanahealth.com. That's Awaana, A-W-2-A's, A, health.com. You have a book on your website that people can also get as a resource, and I believe I've read in your bio or call to action is that if they book an appointment with you, they can get a nice little discount from you. So the title of that book is The Healing Power Within: Transforming
Yes.
Cancer to Wellness. Talk a little bit about the process of what it took for you to write this book, and how is this also an additional resource for those who are listening and watching.
Yeah. So it took me a lot of 3 years to write this book. I'm not an author or a writer, but my friends, my family, my clients, they told me that please write your biography, because it can inspire someone who's going through cancer. Not everybody can afford consultations, but so the reason writing this book is of course my pain, and I had read a lot of biographies when I got diagnosed, and I was so inspired by all the people who were going through. It is so relatable, and you don't feel alone by yourself. And anybody struggles, the journeys you read, the real people's stories, it always hits a chord. And it hit a chord with me deeply when I read some of the biographies during the cancer. I always was looking for more and more, and I wish people can write more and more. So I have given a comprehensive, detailed picture about how I found holistic health and what scientific benefits are there if you try and do these supplements or you try and do these diets. And I've given a lot of case summaries of my clients who have healed from fourth stage cancer and are still thriving. I've given interviews of experts, their views, doctors, experts on naturopathy and supplements and other ways of dealing with cancer. So it's like I've sort of given a complete 360-degree approach, which helped me. And it's also someone, me being vulnerable, me telling my life journey about my stress. And we think that people, everybody's stresses are different, and we see that everybody has stress. But, it's these small little things can compile and become bigger and bigger, and you don't even know how harmful it could be. So all I was trying to say in the book is that it's okay to be, you have failures in life. It's okay. Like I had gone through a divorce when I was going through cancer. I had to leave my work. I had to lose, and I totally felt like a failure. I totally felt like I don't have anything to live for. I didn't have children. I got diagnosis of cancer. I'm still surviving, and I'm still sitting and talking to you. So it's like it's a ray of hope. It's positivity plus how to come back from cancer and find a purpose behind anything in life happens. There is a purpose behind it. So I am grateful that I've got cancer, and now it's given me the purpose of life, and I'm talking to people and inspiring people, which is such a great thing to do. I mean, what else could I hope for and aim for? So that's a book. People could definitely go on my website, click on it. It's also available on Amazon. And if you book a consultation, there are free resources. We've given 2 or 3 free resources. We always try and give people, and they can also subscribe to my newsletter, where I give one newsletter every week on different topics. And we also do a community work where we do once a month daily meditations and come together as a community, people who have cancer, people who have chronic issues, and heal together and talk about it.
Once again, you listen to Refocus Radio, talking to our guest today, Shruti Sethi. Go to her website, Awaana Health. That's awaanahealth.com. Get a copy of her book, like she mentioned, is on Amazon. But if you book an appointment with her, you can get a discount from it. So the healing power within, transforming cancer to wellness. There's 2 things that you mentioned that I really like, and that is when you made this change in your life for just being proactive with your health, it took discipline. It took like a whole shift in how you look at how you spend your time and the things that you probably used to do prior to going through this diagnosis. You're very focused and tuned in to that. And the second thing was when you said that when life things are happening, there's a purpose behind that. And I think that's powerful because, yes, if you are going through life, there are going to be some challenges along the way. And for you to be on a mission to educate people about holistic health and how they can take better control of their well-being, that takes time, effort, energy. How did you, or how do you, because you're still doing it, how do you keep your energy, your time, your motivation to continue to do this work? Because it's one thing to say it's a good idea and you start doing it, but life is funny where it'll test you and say, well, how bad do you really want to help? Because life, life gets crazy sometimes, and you
Yeah.
gotta have that willpower to say, you know what, it's bigger than me. It's the bigger picture out there, and that's my mission.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I completely agree with you. And there will be good days and bad days for sure. All of us have faced that. For me, I don't know, it's after cancer, like the whole mindset, as you said, discipline, efforts, just keep doing. Like I knew I wanted to become cancer free. I knew I wanted to have this path. So you won't believe, for 365 days, I have written in my journal 300 days. I didn't even miss my sessions of yoga, like I was meditating 300 days, I was doing yoga 300 days. I was absolutely on a very strict regime diet and all. And that discipline, that transformed me as a person. When I get up in the morning, I always ask myself, okay, what how am I going to make a difference today in my life and another's life? And that motivates me every morning. I spend a few time moments alone, introspect about what am I going to do today? How am I going to contribute in others' life? Even if it's like a small thing, even if it's like giving someone a free coffee or just playing with my nephew, but something which really makes me feel I sleep better at night. When you talk to people, when you help people, you kind of feel that that's when you give and give, you automatically receive from the universe. You automatically receive so many other things. And for me, it's been such. I mean, I'm not even a doctor. I didn't even have a proper education or a science background and anything. I was from art background, but here I am sitting, and that sheer belief that I want to transform people's life because I have gone through such a pain made me do things, and it was such an easy journey. I didn't face so many difficulties. I mean, difficulties were there and here, but it was not like I was in some financial stress or everything just opened for me. The whole universe started open because I had sowed that seed. Oh my god, the whole mission was to help people and make people empowered, like really empowered, so that they can take responsibility and come out of this whole victim mindset which I was in. When I had cancer, I was a complete in victim mindset that, oh, this is because I got cancer. I was blaming everyone else, but not taking responsibility. When you take responsibility of your own health, it starts with health. I always tell people, physical body, if you start doing things with your physical body, be in discipline, automatically that shifts your mindset, automatically it transforms your energy. So I mean, people ask me, how do you have this energy? You're on podcast, you're doing these, you're doing that, and I have session. So I don't know. I'm just like, first of all, I eat healthy. I really take care of my health. Secondly, sleep. Of course, you have to take care of your sleep. Thirdly, you have to also be in a community where people you are mentored, and there are right people around you. There are people who you can go and open to and talk to about your disappointments and stuff. That's very important, not to keep hidden emotions. And fourth is your why in life. Why are you doing what you're doing? So that motivates me to. I've just got started. Still have to go a long way.
When you said what you just said there, I still have to go a long way. That's everyone's unique life journey. We have to find out what is our purpose, what is going to be the driving factor, what's that X factor, what's that thing that says, you know what, if this was the last thing on this earth, that's me. You know, like that's my passion. That's what my why is. That's the greater picture. That's the bigger picture. Not just focusing on me, myself, and I, but like you've been talking about, you had to be vulnerable. You had to get through those storms that you could have not learned anything and nothing came from it, but you did learn something. You learned that you were stronger. You learned that you weren't going to allow this to be something that lets you say, I'm a victim and woe is me. Because if you stop, you wouldn't be on this show. You wouldn't be writing books. You wouldn't be giving resources to our listeners and our viewers. So that's part of our storyline. You know, a lot of times we get caught up in social media and the world and everybody this, everyone has an opinion, everybody has this feedback. But if you're not careful, you identify yourself to
Yeah.
what everybody else is saying or what the world is saying. But like you said, at some point we have to take responsibility, not just in our health, but in our actions, in our focus, and what we decide we will do and what we will not do. You hold the power with your choice. It
Yeah,
doesn't matter what the world says or people around you are saying, they don't get to live your life.
absolutely right.
You get to live your life.
Very true. Very well said.
When you look at the opportunities of just encouraging those who may be in your shoes right now, it's a tough spot to be in. And only a person that is going through it knows what that is like.
Yeah.
What would you say right now to our listeners, our viewers? Just give them some encouragement based on your own personal health journey and how
Yeah.
they can stay motivated and take that one step at a time despite
Yeah.
what it looks like.
Yeah. I generally, yesterday I was talking to someone. I was very shocked to know one of my relatives got like pancreatic cancer. He's just a year older to me, and I was like, what? What really happened? So it's really, and when they talk to me, and anybody comes and talk to me and ask for advice, I feel it's my responsibility to tell them that, listen, whatever the doctor is saying, to go for it. I'm not questioning the medical world, but always do your own research. Know what kind of cancer, why has this cancer happened. That there's always a reason, as I told. I'm again and again stressing upon it. There is a root cause, and that root cause has a deep connection. It can be psychological, physiological, it can be physical, all interlinked together. So you have to understand where it started from and act from there. Do not wait that, okay, I always tell people, sometimes it's too late. People come at fourth stage, 4B cancer, like almost in the end, the doctors have given them only few months to live. And they are now awakened, and I feel very sad for them, but still, there is always hope. Do not let any doctors tell you that that's the end. You can always start from wherever you want to start, and always focus on eating well during chemo, radiation, whatever you do. Eat balanced nutritional plant-based meals. That's important. Secondly, exercise, doing pranayam. That means breathing exercise. You need to oxygenate yourself because cancer cells do not survive in an oxygenated environment. Number third, you should also do some sort of guided meditation, sound healing, because your nervous system should be calm all the time. When it's very agitated, we are always in the flight and fight mode, and flight and fight mode increases inflammation. So in always have a calm set of mind. Fourth, talk to people around you. Talk about your fears. Or if you are not a people's person, do journaling. Write your thoughts. Just don't keep it inside you. Don't think that I am strong and I can take it, because it will break you. You need support. You need people around you. If you don't have people around you, join a community. Join people who can give you some support system. Ask for help. Don't shy away from help. And the fifth one is taking proper care of supplementations, because during cancer, your lot of minerals and vitamins get depleted. So a lot of good vitamin C, having adaptogen like maybe ashwagandha or red mushrooms and stuff like that, having curcumin and turmeric, they don't harm you. In fact, there are hundreds of researches behind it that you could take it with the chemo and radiation. If you're going for that time of your insertions or your chemotherapy, avoid 2 3 days, but before and after definitely you can take. So have a proper knowledge and talk and work with a coach. It's an investment for your life. Don't take it as that I don't have money or no. You will find money if you have the will. It's just that the will should be there, and you will find the right people. And lastly, do not give up hope. I know you feel like, oh God, now what? But one step at a time, one moment at a time, one day at a time. Take that, be positive and be in the moment, and rest, everything will be taken care of.
Well, once again, been listening to I'm Refocused Radio and watching us online. Want to say thank you to our special guest today, Shruti Sethi. Go to her website, awanahealth.com.
Thank you, Shama. Thank you so much for having me here. Really appreciate it.